In this video, we will show how to replace BMS, or the circuit board of a battery. It's inside of the battery, and you will need a few tools. You'll need a 4mm Allen wrench for these bolts from the cap. You need like a snipper cutter and a knife. I use this knife here. Okay, so let's start. Okay, we'll start by removing the 6 bolts from the top. Once you have loosened the bolts, okay, you can pop the cap, and let's lean the battery here on the side and get all the bolts. Here on the top there's one bolt with this hook that is very important, and it's on this part of the battery. Okay, once you separate here, you can disconnect 3 things. Display. Okay, I think there's a little glue here, so we have to cut that glue and pull the connector. This one was too much. Okay, the other ones here, they still have a cover, like a electrical cover. I will cut and separate. You can use the cutter here and remove that. And then okay, we separate the switch, and then you will disconnect the same way you will cut this. You can come here and cut this way. Let's see if I can separate. Yeah. Okay, so you have the cap. Now you have the top of the battery. You will remove these 6 bolts from the bottom. So once you finish removing the bolts from the bottom, so the same thing, you will open it. What we're gonna do now is to push from the top, push the pack out. Okay. And the circuit board is right here. This is the pack. There are all the cells here, but this part is where the circuit board stays. This battery I already opened, so I will show you how to open again. What I did, I cut the blue film. I cut all the way here, and then here. Okay, and then so you will need some tape to tape it back, because once you cut the blue, it will be, you cannot uncut. Okay, so once you do this, you will be able to open. Okay, you will pull this green paper. Okay, the paper has glue on the back. Just keep it, or you will use it back again, and keep the glue open. So now you have access to the circuit board, and basically what you have to do is the first thing you have to do is to push here, this tab, okay, and unplug this big connector. There are other connectors. There's this called NTC, and then this 4085. The same thing, you may need to use a cutter here to cut through the silicone. Okay, also there's tape on top here that we can cut and remove. Okay, so I already cut here. I will disconnect this. I will disconnect this one. And then there's another one on this side that's basically the on-off switch. This one here that turns on and off the circuit board. So we'll cut the silicone here and pull it. So now what we have the blue, the black, and the yellow. Okay, so this is what the blue, black, yellow. What you will have to do is to come down here maybe and cut to remove this one. You will have to find maybe a cut. If you put a new one here, more or less, you will cut this wire here, and then we'll solder this new one to that one. Okay, the same here. You will cut this wire, and maybe better to cut here. Okay, you cut here, and then because this black one is used by the display. Okay, so better to leave like this, cut short here, and solder the black one. And this one, yellow, is for charging. You can do the same as this one, just cut here. You will cut here, and then you can cut this shorter as well, and then we'll solder. And of course, when you solder, you have to put a cover. Okay, this is a shrink tubing. So once you have this soldered here, you will cover with this. I supplied with the circuit board. Okay, once it's you see that it's glued here. It is glued to this board here. So you have to break that loose. See? Okay, so when you install, you don't need to glue it, just it will be okay. So the installation, first you solder the 3 wires, and then you reconnect these 3 connectors, small connectors. One here, the NTC here. This NTC, it measures the temperature inside of the battery. And this is for the on-off switch. See? Yeah. So make sure they are well connected. Okay, we have and then the next step will be to reconnect this big connector here. Make sure it's well pushed in. Okay, so you replace the circuit board. You can cut these old tapes. So now we will reassemble, and basically you will have to tape it outside here. So you have to tape a few times. So I put tapes, it's well packed here. So let's assemble back again. we want this sticker on the top of the battery. So what we're gonna do here, you can put the case like this. Oh, you see, this side of the battery is the side of the circuit board, is the tapered side. And here you have to make sure that you push this in, push it in, and we slide the whole battery. And now push it here, and so now the bolts like this. So I close the bottom. Now I will reconnect the top. Make sure they are well connected. This is the display, well connected. See if it's not broken, the wire. And then now this one is the switch. Which side? Here. Okay, well connected. So now you bring like this. Make sure the wires are well placed there. Okay, and don't forget this one with the hook goes on this in this position here, and that's it. Now you will have to so now you will have to test the battery. You will switch the battery on and see if the display this should turn on. Something wrong here. Now we'll recheck.